Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we just have an easy breezy beautiful reaction video for you. So I'm just going to be reacting to a couple of clips from various MLMs, and yeah, that's what we're doing today. I'm going to pop my Instagram up on the screen over here now, as I always do in the beginning of my videos, if you want to connect with me over there, as well as I have my Instagram, my blog, and my Like to Know It linked in the description. And with that being said, we'll just go ahead and get right into it.
Anything about this or not, but to be completely honest, if I offend you or hurt your feelings, we might need to talk some more. So I'm just gonna say what I have to say. Are you the girl that uses your excuses as an excuse and oh, I can't do this because I'm a mom, I have multiple kids, I have another one on the way, I don't have any time, I have bills up the hoo-ha, I'm trying to get rid of my debt, I want to buy a house, but I have to pay off my credit card first? Like, are you that person that just like uses all those excuses why you wouldn't want extra 5 paychecks a month? Or an extra like bonus program, or, you know, help paying off all those bills, or maybe help taking that stress away because you can't pay the bills?
Okay, so I just have to pause it there before we listen to the rest of it, but the fact that she's like mocking these excuses, which to me are actually very valid reasons, is just ridiculous. And the people who are saying no because they have to pay off their credit card, or they want to be able to buy a house or feed their kids, those aren't just excuses that they're just saying because they don't want that extra paycheck. They probably know that they're not going to get 5 extra paychecks realistically, and that they're going to spend money into something that they'll never see a return on. Just saying.
Or the kids are crazy. Like, do you want that you time? Or are you the girl that uses all those excuses? Because there's a difference between like excuses and execution. Okay, we have a girl on our team, Soul Angel. Shout out to you. Do you know what she did? She saw this opportunity for what it is and what it could do for her family. And she was like, I'm not going to pay this bill. I'm going to wait a week to pay this bill, and I'm going to invest that money in myself and this business. And she was able to pay that bill because she did this. Ashley, one of my uplines, who...
What? So basically, she could have paid her bill. She didn't, so that she could sign up for the MLM, and then she was one of the lucky ones who made enough back to pay her bill. So she got right back to where she was before she started. Sounds like she could have just skipped the trouble. I don't know. Also, this is another common tactic that we see with them, like really trying to rope more people in and also keep the people who are already in. Like the way she's like aggressively congratulating this girl for not paying her bill and instead putting the money into the MLM. That's really just her saying thank you because you paid my bill now, because your upline's the one that gets paid. So this girl under her is probably trying to celebrate the other girl joining because that's her paycheck.
Cadillac rank 2 months ago and is about to get fully qualified this month. She chose this opportunity because she wanted to pay off all her debt. Her and her husband wanted to buy a house. Okay, guess what? Look at all of the money that they've been able to put off, save for a house. They're going to be buying one very soon. Okay, we have so many different people in this business that have done these things for different reasons. We've had pregnant women, we've had women that just find out they're pregnant, we have women who have so many kids at home, they're stay-at-home moms, and they just needed something for themselves. We have men that do this business for all different kinds of reasons. We have a lot of different backgrounds, okay? But the difference between the people that are successful and the people who sit and wallow on their butt is excuses versus execution, okay? Sorry, but I am not the one that's like, oh, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I just don't have time. I don't want to give up on money, but I just prioritize other things first. No, sorry, I'm not like that. And there are a lot of people that are either which way, and I'm not saying you're a bad person because you have all of these things going on in your life. I'm just saying you don't have to live a life like that.
I love how she says that she's not saying you're a bad person, but yet she's like speaking so down on anyone who either didn't sign up or who left because they were prioritizing other things. She's like, oh, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but, and then just goes on to like crap talk them a whole lot.
Actually, I was listening to Joe, one of our one of our $1 million earners at the top of the comp plan. I'm getting texts last night, and she said what did she say? She said, your life doesn't have to be bad to want to change it. Like, you don't have to be in this place where you're like, X, Y, and Z, oh, pity me, my life is so bad, like, I couldn't do that, like, or I need to change, but I don't even know how to do that. Like, your life doesn't have to be bad to want to change it. If you're happy, you can be happy with your job and your 9 to 5 and your lifestyle, and you're happy because you make $4,000 a month. That's great. I'm not saying that you have to have a bad life or hardship in your life to want to change for the better. But are you really, like, are you settling? Is your life the way it looks right now exactly what you want it to be for the rest of your life? Or could you do better? Would you be happy with more? And it's not...
I don't get what is so hard. I'm sorry I keep stopping it, but I just don't want to forget what I want to say. I don't get what's so hard for them to believe that people would be happy making $4,000 a month at a job that, you know, they get paid vacation, pro leave benefits, sick leave, you know, weekends off, a set schedule. Like, I don't really understand what's so difficult to believe that someone would actually be happy with that. Like, not everyone who's in a full-time job that's content with that is settling. A lot of them are actually just genuinely perfectly fine with their life as it is. And I don't think that we should be looking down on that and saying, well, are you really happy or are you just settling? Like, don't you want some more? Like, no, it's hard enough for people to be happy, I feel like, in general. A lot of people aren't where they want to be, so let's celebrate the fact that there are people who are happy with what they have. Like, you don't need to be mocking them and making it seem like they should want more.
And it's not just about, like, the income or the money in your life. Like, she talked about, like, okay, so obviously she's $1 million earner, right? Well, she did that a while ago. Now what? Like, she didn't settle. She's never settled. Like, it's not about the paychecks that she's getting or if they're bigger every month. It's how many more lives can we change? How many more lives can we impact? What can we do with our gratitude department? I just don't see any kind of excuse as a, oh, you're right, girl, you don't need this, or yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't see the world like that. I would rather be home with my kid and not have to go to work tonight. I'm gonna end up putting my hair in a bun. I would rather be home with my kid, not have to go to work tonight, and get to change people's lives. That's what I would rather do. But
okay, so keyword, that's what she's saying. That's what I would rather do. Yeah, that's what you would rather do. That doesn't mean that everyone you're talking to is going to want the same thing. Like, I hate how MLMs, or MLMers, I guess, and I'm not attacking this girl, because if that's what she wants, then that's what she should aim for. But I find it such a common thing that they all think that everyone should want what they want. Everyone has to want to travel and get paid to travel. Everyone has to want to live in that house on the beach. Everyone has to want to be home with their kids. Some people would rather go to their 9 to 5 and have the evenings with their kids, you know? Like, I feel like some people might rather work in a career that they're enjoying and then, you know, have the evenings with their kids. Maybe their partner stays home with the kids during the day. Like, you don't have to want to give up your life. You don't have to want to drastically change everything. You don't even have to want to change other people's lives. Like, she's saying she would rather stay home with her kids and change people's lives. Well, not everyone wants to work at changing people's lives.
that's honestly just me. And I have like 3 more minutes before I have to get in the car. I'm gonna go make my greens and energy. And then I'm gonna go to work with this oil treatment in my hair. Hoping one day that I won't have to go wait on tables and grumpy, hangry people. That I can just help people with their confidence, their hair, their skin, their finances, their overall wellness. And I can be home with my child.
Okay, and that's the other thing too, like the fact that she said, I hope that someday I can help people with their wellness, their hair, their skin, their finances. Like, how do those all go together? Like, don't they find it kind of weird that they go from pitching people to help them with their lifestyle and their finances, and then if they say no to joining the opportunity, then it's, okay, well, let me help you with your hair and your skin, and let me sell you on these products as opposed to the lifestyle. Like, what? And how can you help someone with their finances? Like, unless you're a financial advisor, I don't think you're really in the position to be doing that. Like, I get what she's trying to say, but it just seems so weird to me, I guess. Like, especially now looking back, like, obviously I did sign up for an MLM at one point, but looking back and like hearing what they're saying now with the knowledge that I have, I do think that it should raise some red flags and seem a little bit bizarre that they're selling hair care, shampoo, skin care, wellness products. And then they're also selling a lifestyle, financial freedom. They're selling trips, they're selling cars, like the idea to be able to get a car, things like that. It doesn't fit together. And if a company's doing all of that, it just sort of seems weird. It's like you wouldn't buy organic groceries and car parts together at the same place. Like it doesn't go together. And then the other thing that she said about her like upline or whoever she was talking about being $1 million earner, I want to touch on that too, because they love to throw that around. Oh, she's $1 million earner. My upline's $1 million earner. I'm about to be $1 million earner. That doesn't mean that they are millionaires, and that doesn't mean that they're making a salary of $1 million a year. That's something just to be aware of as well. But that's the first video. We will move on to the next one. But let me know what you guys thought about that. That one was definitely like one of the longer videos that I have to react to. So comment down below. Let me know what you thought about what she was saying. Sorry if you can hear sounds outside. I think there's some type of like, I don't even know what, construction, and then there's also like a UPS truck outside, so I apologize if there is some background noise. I'm hoping to get a better mic for my camera, but I just can't afford it right now, so I'm kind of waiting on that a little bit. But this one is a post where I'm gonna read the first part and then we will get into the video, just because she's like talking about the post, it seems. So I'll read that first. So it says, in quotes, I'm posting this when, and I'll have it on the screen of course, but I'm posting this when you're announced a top income earner. I said to Christina when we took this pic a few weeks ago. 6 years ago, the company was started. 3 years ago, she joined. It's a baby company with a grown adult opportunity, and she's proof that it's not only those who start first who make it to the top, it's those who work hard month after month. Success is earned. If the top is anyone's for the taking, then that would have to mean that success is anyone's for the taking, right? Whatever that looks like to you. Getting your products paid for, a car paid for, a lifestyle paid for, the choice is yours. You decide how hard and long you are going to work for it. You're going to find truth when you search for it. So if you're looking for all the excuses you shouldn't try, those are the exact reasons you should. I kept thinking about how Christina started. She could have easily continued with her stance. No, that's just not for me. But she said, wait, maybe it is. I would say it's worth a shot. So freaking stoked for you. And then there is a video. So we'll get to that.
Hey, did you read that? Did you read that caption? Do you know how huge this is? Like, this makes me emotional. And it's not even me, but those are my leaders. That's my leader. That's my mentor that I get free freaking training from all the time. That I've been able to listen to her words, her mindset, and her experiences and what God has to say through her for months now. All because I said yes. That proves right there that this is not a freaking pyramid scheme. Because she didn't join 6 years ago. She joined 3 years ago. She puts her all in. She works her ass off. And she does it while momming 4 boys. And she does it while having a husband. And
okay, I'm just going to respond to one quick bit of that and then we'll move on to the next slide because there is a little bit more to this one. But the fact that she said that because she joined 3 years ago that it proves it's not a pyramid scheme, I don't know if I'm just missing how that's proof of anything. But if we look at a pyramid and she just joined down here and then continued to grow below her wider, it doesn't prove that it's not a pyramid scheme. If I join today, so now it's 6 years old as opposed to 3 years ago when she joined, and we have our pyramid structure, we've got a bunch of people at the bottom of the downline, we have a couple people up at the top here. If I join today way down here, and if I somehow manage to recruit 100,000 people, guess how the pyramid grows? It just gets to be a larger pyramid. It doesn't mean it's not a pyramid scheme. It doesn't mean that I'm not selling people on the idea of being able to make money, which is very key in a pyramid scheme. It doesn't mean anything, and because she got involved 3 years ago and is a top earner doesn't prove that it's not a pyramid scheme. So if you can understand why that proves it, feel free to comment it down below because I would love to understand, but I think that I'm just really not getting how that even proves anything. I just don't really get the correlation there.
you guys, top 10 income earner. And she's part of the military. You think that she has ever used any one of her freaking excuses as a way to stop her? When she started, when she said yes to this business, she literally was working full freaking time, running a business making like barnwood doors and repurposing furniture and making furniture for people. She didn't have any time with her family. Kaden. Shh. She didn't have any time with her family. She literally had no freaking time at all to say yes to this opportunity. Her marriage was falling. You guys, top 10 income earner. And she's part of the military with it. She got on her knees and she prayed to God, how is my life ever going to be any different? And God opened this door for her and she took it. She listened to him. And look at her life.
And so that's the end there. The last half is a little bit shorter. But first of all, again, with talking about the excuses and how, oh, she didn't let those excuses get in her way and she just did it. Okay, fine. Yeah, she did, I guess. But I wouldn't really consider them excuses. And then also, there's another element to this one that stuck out to me. I'm sure you noticed it as well, but it was the element of talking about religion and bringing that into it. It's a very common thing we see in MLMs. I did talk about that a little bit in my last video. If you want to check that out, it'll be in the cards and in the description. But this is something we see a lot with MLMs where they try to bring up how God opened this door. God gave her this opportunity. She was praying, how can I change my situation? And MLM was the answer. And I find that really unfair. And this is not a dig at religion at all. I don't care what your beliefs are as long as you're not harming anyone. You can believe in whatever you want. And I'm never going to be the one to tell you not to. But my issue with this is that some people who are a little bit more religious, especially, I mean, anyone could be susceptible to this, but especially someone who is a bit more religious and a bit more specific in how they practice their faith, they might think about that and sort of take on that or think that, oh, you're right, well, if I believe in God and if I want to follow God's word, I'm going to do this too because it worked for her and that's what I need to do. And it just sort of is another element of like manipulation, in my opinion, to bring religion in, just because that is something that can mean a lot to a lot of people and it is something that they want to take seriously and that they want to do right in a way. So I find that really unfair. But with that being said, we can move on to the next one. Okay, so this next video is just like a TikTok about, it's basically a lifestyle claim, to be honest, and a slight income claim, but we will watch that here.
Rain, hail, or shine, they show up. When it works, when it's hard, they show up every single damn time. And that right there is the difference. Keep showing up. Rain, hail, or shine, success is mine.
Okay, so that one, definitely a shorter video because it is just a TikTok, but as you saw on the screen, it said that, you know, her friends made fun of her business and people told her it's not going to work out. She kept doing the thing and now she earned her free car and got new friends in a new community. Obviously, the community is a bit of a fake community, as we have seen. Yes, I'm sure some people do make really genuine connections and that is wonderful for them. I feel like they bring up like the friend and community aspect to kind of draw on people who don't maybe have that right now or who feel lacking or feel like their friend group isn't maybe the most supportive. And it's just another way to get them roped in with the business. And then as well, her saying that she got her free car. Deanna Mims, if you haven't seen her video, she did an awesome video about the Monate specifically, which is Heroes in Monate, their free car and all of the details of that. But the main thing, the main takeaway from that is that it's not a free car at all. The car is completely in your name. Monate has nothing to do with it. And they just give you a bonus that could be all or only some of the car payment per month. If you don't meet your ranking, you don't get the car payment bonus, and so you have to pay it out of pocket. As well, the car is in your name, meaning that the dealership is going to be pulling your credit to see if you qualify for a luxury car. You can only get a Cadillac. It has to be within the last 5 years, so you couldn't get like an older one with a cheaper payment. You have to get within the last 5 years, which a relatively newer luxury car obviously is going to have a much higher payment. Insurance is going to be a lot more on a car like that as well. And you do not have the option to not get a car. So you either get a car or you get nothing. You don't have the option for a cash bonus. So it's definitely not a free car like they want to make it seem, but this is just a lifestyle claim. We can move on, but that one I just felt like was kind of funny and even a little bit dramatic.
Got my coffee, not my morning. Got my coffee, not my normal wake up morning. I am
Stayed up really late working on some stuff. And started with a headache yesterday. And now it's like turned on to a full, well, okay, not a full-on migraine, but it's pretty intense. Thankful that I can just like roll up in my PJs for work because I have a call and it starts in 15 minutes, but I don't have to drive to work, dress up for work, and just roll up in my office with a headache and make it happen. Make it happen. Cheers.
Okay, so just gonna pause right there, but one thing to note about this, I mean, obviously, yeah, with a regular job, you probably can't call in like anytime you might have like a small headache or something, but she's saying it's like borderline migraine, really, really bad, that she was up late last night. And now she's saying that she's thankful because she can stay in her pajamas and go and sit in on her call, which, like, I mean, yeah, sure, that would be nice. And for someone, if someone doesn't have any benefits or coverage at work, that would be definitely beneficial as opposed to having to go in. But I will say with most 9-to-5s, like MLMs love to mock and make fun of, you actually would get a paid sick day. So if your head was really bad, you had an awful migraine, most jobs you can actually stay home and just get paid for the day, and you don't even have to hop on a call or sit at your desk. You can lay down with the lights off and the blinds closed and get some rest. Anyways, we'll keep watching, but that's just something that sticks out to me because they love to make fun of 9-to-5s and then brag about how even when they're sick or on vacation, they still get to work, when with regular 9-to-5s, if you're sick or on vacation, you're getting paid to not work.
And you know what? I could totally cancel this meeting and crawl right back into bed and rest my head. But when you do something that you're extremely passionate about, it's very, very hard to want to go back to bed unless it's important for you to sleep. I can get through this, and I am so excited about my new coach. And she's got this call, and we used to cheer together in college. Like, I'm so pumped for her. So even though I have a headache and I could totally cancel it because I own my own schedule, I don't want to because I want to be there. That's a cool thing.
All right, so she did touch on it. She said she could cancel the call if she wanted to, and that's fine if she is like an upline with a big downline or something, that maybe, yeah, she can get away with doing that. But I remember when I was in Beachbody, we would get like crapped on if we didn't make it to the calls, and a lot of people were trying to like sneak out of work early or even go on the call while they were at work, just because like the upline would be like, what the hell are you doing? You guys aren't going to be successful if you're not on the call. But I just thought I'd touch on that because, yeah, she did say that she could, so maybe in her specific circumstance she might be able to get away with that, but for a lot of people in MLMs, that's just not the reality. But we will move on to the next one. That was just kind of like a smaller video.
Hey, you guys, we just launched something this morning that is just like more solidification that if you have been contemplating joining this opportunity, you need to do it now. This is all on top of the fact that you're going to receive 10 paychecks before Christmas. Okay? You could join today. Actually, you'll receive 9 if you join today, not 10. 9 if you join today and you get to work and you start sharing this business, this product, this opportunity. Okay. So let's just say that those are, $50 each. That's like $450 towards Christmas. Who does not need more Christmas money? So that's the first thing. The second thing is you're going to get free product. We just launched something this morning and I'm super excited about it. I'm going to go ahead and post the details on the next couple slides.
And you get a free Healthy Start Kit, which is a trio of products worth $117, but you do have to spend a minimum of $350. Or a free Glossy Shine Mist with any $199 pack. So you get one hair mist if you spend $200.
You guys, so I just want to fill you in on a little bit. You join with one of those product packs, okay? And then, let me grab the bottle. So once you join with one of the product packs, you'll have access to exclusive online training. And from there, once you finish that training, you'll be added into my personal mentoring group chats. And then you'll be added to my team page, which my team page has literally 3 years of training, from everything from mindset to business, to the comp plan, to the products, to literally everything you need to know about the business. So that's pretty much it. It's really, really simple. I think the biggest step is just saying yes, and the biggest step is diving in. And then after that, it's all up to you. Your success is up to you.
Okay, so that's that video. Obviously, it seems like a lot of a worse deal. Like she said, you're gonna get free product, but you do have to pay. So yes, it's like a free bonus, kind of like a buy one, get one type of deal, but you have to spend $350, I think it was the minimum one, $349, to get the bonus pack that's only worth $117. So it's quite a big spend. Like it'd be one thing if you spent $349 and got $349 worth of product, but you're spending $350 to get $100 worth of product back, which looked like just three items. This was shared by Not Your Hun on Instagram, so I'm going to pop their caption up here because they added the math in, which I think is hilarious. So it says, assuming her example, which was $50 times 9 weeks, which is $450. If you minus your $350 starter pack, you only get $100 for your Christmas shopping. $450 minus $599 product pack, you're negative $149 for Christmas. $450 profit minus $799 product pack, you are now minus $349 for Christmas. And $450 product pack minus $199, or $450 profit, sorry, minus $199 product pack, $251 for Christmas. This is assuming you get to make $50 every week from week 1, which also, yeah, that's assuming that you actually do that. But if 4 weeks go by and you haven't made anything, your profit's already kind of sliced in half. So yeah, obviously in this case, you'd probably be better off if you just don't sign up at all, because the likelihood that you're going to make enough to even have a small profit is hardly going to be worth all the extra work you're going to have to put in. And then also on the screen while she was talking in the video, it does say, where else can you start your own business by getting a bomb deal on products? But most times if you open your own business, you don't have to pay for the products. So if you're making your own product, chances are you might have to spend a little bit on supplies, but if you make the product, you get to keep it for free. So for example, I'm planning to start selling earrings. At some point, I've started making them just kind of for fun and for practice. But when I eventually do sell them, if I make a pair that I really love, I'm just gonna keep them. I don't have to sell them, and I don't have to pay to have them. Like, I have to buy a little bit of supplies, but that's just based on the type of business that I wanna do. There are tons of businesses that you can run where you don't even have to buy supplies. So yeah, definitely a big difference between that and having to buy $350 worth of product to start your business. All right, so this is another one posted by Not Your Hun, and it is the MLM reps taking over Instagram Reels now with their income disclosure statements. That one had the income disclosure statement flash for like a microsecond at the end after all of those statements about how she quit her job, she bought a house, she pays her husband's salary now. And then just, boop, there's the disclosure. Okay, yeah, it's in there, so that counts, right? No. How I paid cash for my brand new car. They all just love flashing it at the very last second. It's just like all these income claim, and then they're like, oh, here's the disclosure. That's so funny. So those are just some funny reels I thought that I would add in. Again, shared by Not Your Hun, who will be tagged down below. I always tag the Instagram accounts where I get these posts from in the description in case you want to check them out. And Yeah, I just thought those were hilarious how the income disclosure statement, like the actual thing they have to show, was on the screen for like just a quick flash and then that was it. They definitely know what they're doing. They know no one's gonna screenshot it to read that. Most people will probably think that's just like a glitch on their phone, like, oh, the next reel's playing or whatever. Like, God. Anyways, moving on.
Can't ride a bike, you're not going to be able to ride a bike. But if you tell yourself that you can try for 2 seconds and push those pedals and hold on tight and keep your head straight, you're going to ride a bike, right? This is like the same thing. If you tell yourself, I'm just going to change my shampoo, that's all you have to do. Change your products in your shower and you're going to be a lot happier. But if you're unhappy, like, with your lifestyle, like you're struggling to pay bills, or you're a college student, you're fresh out of college, you're a teacher, you got a 9 to 5, you're a stay-at-home mom, you're a working mom, you're an 18-year-old girl fresh out of high school, going to college, whatever it may be, this can either be a lifestyle, it can be just changing your products, it can be using cleaner products, or it can help change your bank account too. It can help take you on free trips. It can help bring you a community of women and men. I gotta start. You can't ride a bike.
Okay. I mean, first of all, maybe I'm a little biased because I can't ride a bike. I've just never really been that interested in learning. But it's a little bit different to say, oh, if you can't ride a bike, but you just try it, you're gonna ride a bike, than saying, oh, well, if you don't think you're gonna be able to make money at a pyramid scheme, then you're not gonna be able to. But if you think that you can, then you will. Like, no, not really. I can say that I think that I can fly if I jump off my balcony, but that doesn't mean that I can. Like, there's a big difference. So one of those things is achievable, and the other one is realistically not achievable for everyone. Like, statistically, it is proven that it's not achievable for everyone, whereas the majority of people can ride a bike, and there's nothing really holding people back, whereas in one of these examples people are set up for failure. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on just a little bit here is not so much like a fail. I don't have a video for it or anything, but I think I just wanted to touch quickly on the fact that Rachel Hollis, who was a huge MLM speaker and kind of preacher, I don't think she did MLM herself, but she definitely took advantage of that MLM mindset with her self-help mindset, paired the two together, went to conferences to speak for like Beachbody and places like that. And now in her book recently, she spoke out against MLM, saying like, don't be stupid. If you have to pay to sign up for something, don't do it. So there's a YouTuber called Savvy Writes Books. I will link her videos down below as well if you want to look her up on YouTube here. But she did a couple videos actually, about Rachel Hollis. I remember when Rachel Hollis's new book came out, like I didn't think that would happen or whatever it's called. She had reacted to it, and then she's also just posted a video which is about MLM reps are mad at Rachel Hollis. I think that it's hilarious, but basically Rachel Hollis in her book had said not to be stupid. I'll read you the little excerpt here if I can find it. So basically the part of the book that I can see here, which was shared by Not Your Hun as well, it says, get a job if you need to, sell your old stuff, learn all about flipping things on Amazon, and go and do it. Go research, hit up Google, ask YouTube for help. If you're not sure how to make extra income, there are so many ideas to help you, but please remember an important prerequisite. Figure out a way to make income that doesn't cost you money to start. I'm positive someone is going to read this and be inspired to head on over to the internet and ask how she can make an extra income. And then 4 weeks later, her starter kit has arrived for the new at-home business she paid $700 to join. Don't be dumb. Figure out a way to make money that doesn't require money. Now, yeah, I agree with that 100%. It's true. I'm not going to say don't be dumb just because I don't think you're dumb if you get sucked into an MLM. I did it myself. I don't think you're dumb if you do that, and I don't really appreciate that, but I can understand where she's coming from. That if you don't have money and you need money, spending money isn't the best way to get more money. Yes, sometimes you do have to spend money to make money, but do so when you're in a position that financially you're able to do that without making huge sacrifices, like not being able to pay your bills, feed yourself, or feed your family. But if you're in a situation where you can't pay your bills or you are struggling for money, obviously financially it doesn't make sense to spend money hoping to make some back. But this is hilarious because Rachel Hollis was a huge speaker for MLM. She'd been at all their conventions and stuff. Like, a lot of them really looked up to her. They'd post Rachel Hollis quotes and be praising her. And needless to say, a lot of them are very unhappy with the fact that she said. But if somehow, Rachel Hollis, you stumble along this video, first of all, hello. And if you are anti-MLM now, then welcome to the dark side. No, but for real, I think it's at least great that she spoke out, and if she wants to change her ways or she doesn't agree with the MLM practice anymore, then that's fine. I'm not going to hold that against her, or I'm not going to like disallow her to feel that way just because she spoke at their conventions before. Obviously, she wanted to make money speaking at a convention, and maybe even then she didn't know the most about MLMs, and now she does. I'm not going to hold her against that or be mad at that. I don't agree with a lot of other things that she said or done, but I'm not going to hold that against her, and I just hope that she genuinely learned that MLMs aren't the best, and she has decided because of that to change her stance. And I really hope that next year or whenever their conventions are happening again that she's not a speaker, or I will be severely disappointed. But anyways, so this post says, this is from an MLM rep, and they tag her and says, "Wow, at Rachel Hollis, I'm no longer one of your fans. This is super sad that you discount what do many of us do to provide for our families. You have been paid big bucks as the keynote speaker at numerous conventions for those of us who you call dumb business owners, social sales, direct sales, MLM. You made millions off our backs as we all thought you were on our side as small business owners, work-at-home mothers, and talented multitaskers juggling all the things. I will wish you the best of luck in all you do moving forward without the support of the millions of us, social sellers, direct sellers, boss babes." Which, first of all, you're not a small business owner if you work under an MLM. You are an employee of a big company and you've paid to join that company. You are not a small business owner. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You work for a big company with a corporate department, and all you do is sit at home and sell for them. And I'm sorry if that is groundbreaking news, but it's just the truth. But I do get what they're saying, and like the disappointment would be real that they've probably shouted her out, tagged her, posted videos and pictures of her talking at their conventions, and now this. But I also find it really interesting that even someone who they look up to and praise so much is now speaking out about their company, and even now you can see it where it's like, instead of them being like, well, fine, whatever, like she doesn't see my point of view anymore, but that's whatever, they're like kind of attacking her. It just kind of shows a lot. And people who quit MLMs are kind of treated in a similar way where they're no longer given support. She's saying, I wish you the best, but like I'm not supporting you and you lost a fan. But like if you're a fan of someone, maybe that shouldn't bother you that much, like just because they don't really like the style of business that you work. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I don't want to get like too deep into it just because I don't know enough about it, but I thought that was really interesting. And again, Savvy Writes Books will be linked down below just because she made a couple videos that I think are much more in detail if you're curious about that situation. But those are all the videos I have to react for you guys today. And I'm sorry if it's a little bit of a shorter video, but I just kind of compiled what I could find and hopefully some videos that maybe you haven't seen already. But let me know what you thought of them down below. And give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and be sure to hit that subscribe before you go. I would really appreciate it, and the support means the absolute world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one. Bye.